Welcome back. Today, we are going to go a little deeper into a concept that's talked about a lot, but it is often misunderstood, or at least I find that it is often misunderstood, and that is really understanding your target audience. Now, this topic and the way in which I'm going to talk about it today, it may seem very simplistic, but I just feel like it is so much more than just knowing about who's going to buy your product, right? Or it's really about understanding the people who you are serving on a human level. That's the way I want to say that. Because you want to know about them, but it goes so far beyond just like a checklist or some bullet points. You know what I mean? You really want to understand who they are on a human level, what drives them, and why your business should matter to them. This is the work that transforms businesses. And so, if you can truly grasp who your audience is, you stop guessing, you stop wasting time and resources, and you start building a business that connects in a way that feels really effortless. And so, today I want to challenge you to think about your audience in a completely different way. And so, the first step to really understanding your target audience is to stop thinking of your audience as a group of people. And I know that this sounds counterintuitive because you have been told to define a target market, right? But here's the thing, if you try to talk to a group, you end up using really generic language that really doesn't land with anyone. And so instead, I want you to think about one person. Who is the single person who would benefit the most from what you offer? And I want you to visualize them, not just their age or their income or their job title. I want you to think about their personality. So, what does their day look like? What stresses them out? So, when they're lying in bed at the end of their day, what are the thoughts that are running through their head? What are they secretly dreaming about but are afraid to say out loud? And the more vividly you can imagine this person, the better you'll be able to craft messages, products, and solutions that feel really tailor made for them. And when you do that, your audience will feel like you're speaking directly to them. The second step is you want to understand the problem that you're solving, not just what you're selling. And this is where I see most people get stuck because they think that their business is about selling a product or a service, but in reality, you are selling a solution to a problem that someone is having. And in order for you to sell to a solution, you really need to understand what the problem is to begin with. And so I want you to ask yourself, what is the frustration that your audience is dealing with? What is the cost emotionally, financially, or socially of them not solving this problem? And I want you to go beyond the surface level answers like, oh, well, they need to save time or they want to make money. I want you to go deeper. I want you to really spend some time on this and go deeper. Why do they need to save time? Is it because they want to spend more time with their children or because they're completely burned out? Because once you understand the real problem, you can position your solution in a way that speaks to their emotions and not just their logic. The third step is I want you to ask yourself, where are they now and where do they desire to be? So if you want to serve your people, your community, if you want to be in service to them and you want to do it well, you really need to map out their journey. So you want to picture where they are today, their current reality, and where they want to go. Your job is to be the bridge between where they are right now and where they desire to be. And so let's break this down. So, their current reality, you want to ask yourself, what are they struggling with right now? What's holding them back? And then you want to look at their desired future. What does success look like to them? Not what you think success is. You want to take yourself out of it. But what do they think it is? Because when you understand this gap, Then you can begin to position your business as the guide that helps them to cross that bridge. Do you see? You see the connection? And when you really understand that, it's a really powerful place to be because it turns your product or your service into a solution that people just simply can't ignore. And step 4 is you want to connect with their values. People buy from brands that align with their values. And so you want to ask yourself, what does your audience care about deeply? What do they stand for or believe in? And if you're not sure, look at their behavior. What brands do they already support? One thing I like to do when I'm studying my clients specifically is because I handpick my clients. So when I am studying a client and I'm learning about their habits, their behaviors, I like to go and look at who they're following. I go and find them on social media and I like to look at who they're following, look at who they're engaging with, and then I go and I follow those people. And I really take some time to learn about what's important to them, because when I understand what's important to them, then when I get ready to go and pitch them to work with them, I know so much about their behaviors. I understand them on such a deep level that they're like, oh my God, like, have you been like stalking me? I'm like, yeah, actually I have been. Um, and so you want to get to a place where you're being really intentional when you are creating services and products that you believe will really impact people. You want to take the time to study the people who you want to hand over their hard-earned dollars to you. Okay? And so again, you want to look at their behavior. What brands do they already support? That's my dog in the background. What kind of language do they use? What causes resonate with them? And when your business reflects those values in a really authentic way, then when you do get ready to launch your product or launch your service or launch your program, you'll see how easily it is to sell to people because they feel so connected to you and your brand and your mission. The 5th step is that you want to test, refine, and repeat. Everything is trial and error until it's not. I say this all the time. Everything is trial and error until it's not. And so you will not get everything right the first time. So do not get discouraged. And even if you do, don't stay stuck there. You want to understand that when you're figuring out your audience, it is an ongoing process. It's not like, okay, you're going to listen to this podcast and then after today, everything is just going to click. Maybe it will for you. And if it does, wonderful. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear that for you. But if it doesn't click immediately, if it takes you a little bit of time to get it right, if you have to keep going back to the drawing board, erasing and rewriting, that is okay. I see so many people who get discouraged when they can't get it right the first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, or even the 20th time. And you have to understand that entrepreneurship, building anything that is going to be sustainable for the long term, it takes time. It takes time. So you have to go into it with that mindset from the jump that this is going to take time. All right. And so you want to start with what you know. You want to test your messaging constantly. Test your messaging, test your products, test your offers. You want to listen to feedback, not just what people have to say, but how they behave. I have several things in place with my business to be able to see how people are engaging with my website, checking my analytics constantly when I'm running ads, when I'm posting things, which I don't post often because I'm so busy managing my clients' businesses that, but that's a whole nother story. But that's changing. But you want to test and measure and check analytics and research. This is so important when building a business. So when it comes to email marketing, for example, are they opening your emails? Or if you're running ads, are they clicking on your ads? Are they buying from you? And if so, if they're not, where are they dropping off in the buying process? They have so many tools out here these days where you can see all of that stuff. And it's really helpful information for you to be able to assess what you need to change. All right. So understanding your audience, it is not a one and done task. You guys, this again, this is a process that you really have to be consistent with. It is a commitment to really seeing these people who you want to build community with. You have to see them as real people and not just as buyers. You have to activate a level of empathy and curiosity and willingness to listen far more than you talk. One of the reasons that I believe I have become pretty good at what I do is that I am a very good listener. I can listen to what somebody is saying to me, and I can read in between the lines, and I know how to ask the right questions, and I can take people further down a rabbit hole until we get to the root cause of whatever it is that they may be needing in that moment. I have become a good listener, and this is a skill that I am actively refining and mastering over time. So here's what I want you to do today. Got some homework. I want you to sit down and write out a detailed description of your ideal client or customer. I want you to think about what is frustrating them. I want you to think about their values, and I want you to think about their journey. And most importantly, I want you to ask yourself, what does this person need from me right now? And here's what I can guarantee you. If you really take this exercise seriously, if you sit down and you really think about it, I promise you, you will gain so much clarity on your clients that when you start to create new products and new services, it will make it, the process will be so much easier because you have such a clear understanding of what your people need, that whether it's you're creating a product or you're writing copy for a sales page or whatever, you're writing a post on Facebook, because you have such a clear understanding of your target audience, everything is going to flow a lot easier. All right. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this resonated with you, I really want you to take action on it. Don't just listen to this and move on. I want you to apply this to your business and see how it transforms the way that you connect with your audience. So until next time, if you have liked this audio, I want you to like, comment, share, subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you or listen to you or hear you, however, in the next one. I got to clean that up and figure out how I'm going to say that. See you guys in the next video, audio. Bye.